heavy back training, but also I'm gonna explain how you should work with it and how I do personally, a little tricks, little details, which drills I do, which movements I practice mostly, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just gonna warm up now and gonna start doing the thing. So today, not that much of shadow boxing. Also, on the last stream when it was boxing training, I showed I was doing like, you know, boxing basics, everything from the scratch, from zero to quite a good level, footwork, you know, throwing punches, but I didn't use a heavy bag for it. So now, like, the next stage is to take a heavy bag and apply it to it. Or pad works also. Pad works is a great work. I just don't have that many friends for trainers here. I mean, I have some, but they're all busy and doing their stuff. So at some point, I'm also going to show you how it's like the entire training with the pads as well. But today we're going to stick with heavy bag. Hi, Alfie. Hi. Hi, Ayush. Okay, I appreciate you guys. You like Manny Pacquiao. Everyone likes Manny Pacquiao. Absolutely love him. I don't know, man. If my content is getting better at the point that you're getting addicted to it, or I don't know, maybe it's me, maybe it's what I do, I appreciate it. But never forget your own self. Always find the time for training, for self-work. Okay, anyways, just warming up a little bit. I'm gonna do the most warm up on the heavy back as well. So I'm gonna show you, if you're just planning to do a heavy back training, you know, you don't do anything else, which is, I mean, I believe you should combine the movement. You should do the joint warm up, do like a shadow boxing, should do a little bit of footwork, then you're already pretty much warmed up, then you go on the heavy back. But let's say you don't do that, you just go straight away on the heavy back. Even there, we gotta warm up. So they're different, like I'll show you how to do that gradually, how you should feel while the warming up set, and then gradually increasing intensity, increasing power, working on the more sophisticated combos, all that kind of stuff, okay? So yeah, a little warm up, and let me readjust the camera a little bit. Like this should be good. Okay, that should be right. So it depends which bag I should use. Let me actually maybe take that one. Yeah, that should be better. Ah, that's good. Okay, I'm taking my gloves straight away. I'm gonna put them here, but I'm not gonna put them on for now. So in the beginning, just standing in front of the boxing bag, if you're an amateur, you gotta feel it first, okay? You gotta understand that, like, you have a bag in front of you. You gotta apply your stance, which you've been practicing, you know, just in front of the mirror. And it's like your first time in front of the bag. First thing is finding the right distance, okay? Before learning how to move around it, how to follow its movement, you know, because you kind of have to imagine that's a real opponent. Always picture someone doing something, and you always try to do, you know, like a proper response to it. But if you're a very beginner, you just have to learn the distance first, right? So this is too far, okay? This is too far for me because I would have to lean there. Obviously, I would do this, you know, step in. But just to make it easier, get like somewhere between the far range and middle range, depends on your arm reach as well. So if you can get like measured that way, so your arm So not fully, slightly bend it, and it's like a good distance for you. You can reach it out. That's a good distance, okay? So I'm not telling you to be completely stuck on your feet. I suggest you to already start moving because, well, you're supposed to already know how to move a little bit on the same spot, even around as well. But we always take the basic. If we take your heavy back, we apply the very basic first, and then we build up everything around it. So hands up and bum, bum, okay? And get back. So the same simple jab cross combo that you would practice a million times in front of a mirror, that's what you try to apply. And I'm not even punching now. So what I do, I just try to feel bum, bum. Feel the distance, feel the texture of the bag. 1, 2. I also don't punch just for punching. I already take something that I practiced a million times in front of the mirror, you know, like at the point I already can move. But let's say it's my first time on heavy back, I try to take it, you know, I try to be smart about it. So it's 1, 2, back. 1, 2, back. 1, 2, back. I would do that for a couple hours, just 1, 2, you know, same combination at the time. Try to teach yourself, you know, even though you establish your comfortable distance, and you know, let's say that's comfortable distance, because a lot of people in the beginning, they feel it's too far from this distance, for example, the further they go. And they're like, the most comfortable distance is the middle range. But when you start practicing, I recommend you, like if you start practice from here and you feel that, okay, you can actually go a little bit further and learn how to throw those long straight punches, right? Because no matter what you do, no matter if you're a tall boxer, short boxer, you gotta be able to throw the longer punches, you know? How do you learn it? You know, you extend your shoulder. So apart from the hip movement and right positioning on the legs, you also gotta learn how to stick that shoulder up. It's individual for everyone, you know. If you have a longer reach, a lot of boxers with the longer reach, they don't even have to do that. They have height advantage, and they have, you know, like, how to say that, so they don't have to have the shoulder up to the face. In my case, that works for me because I would go like, you know, like this, and I was like, I would go to that direction, so like, you know, because as a shorter boxer, that will work the best for me. So first stage on the boxing bag is getting used to it, you know, getting comfortable to the distance and increase that distance a little bit. So at some point when it's like, this is my maximum, right? If I go further, then I have to go pivoting, okay? Boom. So that's okay. After you got comfortable with establishing what is your furthest point on the far distance, you can step a little bit more backwards, and then you can start adding pivots. Boom, boom, you know, boom, you know, on the cross, getting long cross there. Boom, boom, you know. If you do 1, 2, I pivoted, I got closer, and I got even closer on the right one. So it's like boom, boom. And I'm not even punching now, so it's like just boom, boom. Just repeating that movement that I practice in front of the mirror a lot, and basically apply to and touch the back during that process. So that's like the first stage. Obviously, you're gonna have to have your gloves. I mean, I'm not saying don't put your gloves on. It's just for me, I kind of like to do that with the raw, like just on the knuckles. I'm not punching hard, not hard. I'm not punching hard, nothing like that. So to me, it's just like getting that sense of the heavy back. I'm gonna look into the comments. Always, well, thank you guys for coming. Okay, thank you very much. How many? No, I was not a knockout artist at all. I think I did one knockdown, one of my open ring fights, but that's it. But now it's a different story. I'm training to get back into boxing, and my power, my movement and execution is way different, even just simply on the pads and on the back, heavy back. And I perfectly understand that you gotta do sparring, so you gotta do technical sparring at some point. The reason I don't do it because, well, I don't, oh man, sand. So we were on the beach the other day and there is like literally sand inside. Just give me a second. Okay, that should be fine. But it starts from shadow boxing, it starts from the mirror work, starts from the footwork drill, starts from the back and pads. The more you practice and practice repetitively movements there, the better it's gonna be. And then the only task you're gonna have, obviously you gotta work on endurance, you gotta have a competitive endurance, or work strength and power as a separate days as well at times. But then you get to start sparring and you try to execute what you learn all this time. So that's what we're trying to do here. So now, okay, I'm still warming up, you know, like because I didn't do the shadow boxing, I'm not gonna go too hard. So you're gonna feel comfortable. Just do the movement, you know, like let's work more jab, you know. Sometimes you can just take 1, 2, first round and just work on jab because you gotta have that jab very well trained. If you change stances, same, you know, like okay. You know, nothing hard, just sometimes a little speed ups, like if you notice, I very frequently leave my hand, left hand, as the like a last punch. Doesn't have to be hard, but it just as the extra protection. It works very well in boxing. Okay. Getting a little bit more creative. Pump. No, the one good one is like 1, 2, 3, roll, hook, hook, hook. So you would go like 1, 2, 3, roll, pump. Keep warming up both my cardio and my body. I don't go very hard punches right now. Another good pointer, work stomach, head, stomach, head, stomach. Both with jabs, cross. It's very important and very useful stuff to do. Okay, looking at the comments. I do boxing, good for you. It's very good. You gotta twist your hips when you punch. Yes, but at the same time, what you do when you practice combos, obviously I can twist hips more, like pam, 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 you know, like that kind of stuff, pam, pam, pam. But in reality, when you actually spar in the stance, you're gonna be able to do that. You cannot try to go full range unless you try to do 1, 2 punches, like pam, pam, you know, like pam, pam. That kind of stuff, you know. So it really depends. But I agree, when you train, especially when you train those 1, 2, 3 punches, make your hips get used to twisting fully, because then you're gonna, it's not only hip, it starts from foot actually. So from your foot you kind of learn how to do from this direction. Okay, I'm gonna keep going on. Hey guys, I don't see any of my moderators, which is fine, just I'll stay respectful, all that kind of stuff. But guys, I don't know, don't waste your time for hate. Doesn't matter. I really suggest you to just scroll up and stop giving me engagement if you don't like it and just watch something else, okay? Okay. Pam, pam, pam. You know, like it's like easy freestyle. It's still a warm up, you know. Pam, pam, pam. Pam, 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 pam. Even single punchers, it's not just throwing the punch, moving and boom, boom, trying to find the timing, you know. Sometimes it can be just distracting jab. Sometimes you go stomach, you know, imagine just throwing the jab, bam, going heavy stomach and then hook to the head. Okay, so just practice different stuff. It's gonna help you to do well. Okay. Pa, pa, pa. 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 Okay. All right. Now, let's just do a heavier round, heavier punches, and we're gonna break it down to basics. You know, just let's say 1, 2. Just jab cross. Okay. But this time I'm gonna do it in a proper way, like I would want to do it on the ring. Okay, so I'm just working and then okay, easy on the left. Okay, so you see, I came in and then I came back and caught it on the way back, so in a defensive way, because the more harder you're gonna hit it, the more your back's gonna move around. So you're gonna try to adapt to its movement. You know, if it goes like this, pam, 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 pam. You know, that kind of stuff. Okay, keep going on the 1, 2. Yeah, feels good. Also feels very hot. Hey guys. Sorry, can you turn on this one for me? I'm too short, I cannot reach it. Whew. Yeah, I'm in Vietnam, guys, Southeast Asia, and it's incredibly hot, guys. I see Soviet style in your boxing. Yeah, when I did amateur boxing years ago, Georgia has pretty much Soviet style, and a lot of things, a lot of blueprint came from that. That's a good question. Do you ever imagine the punching back is anything or anyone? And if so, why? Why or what? Since I restarted the proper training now, and as I said, when I get back to competitive level, like I always try to work by advice of my friends. Always imagine you are in a fight. So you're not just doing, you know, like those beautiful combos, that kind of stuff. No, you're like working on those 3-4 punches, you know, sleep, weave, all that kind of stuff. Like let's say you're like hook and uppercut, left uppercut, right hook, and ending with the hook. and all certain things that really work. And in the between, the reason why you try to move is because you actually teach your body always be in that motion and having hands. Sometimes I just do this because I imagine that I'm slipping that punch and then I get it back to it. So I'm like, boom, boom, you know, boom, and then, da, you know, like not the fearless shell, but the right hand block and that kind of stuff, okay? So yeah. Okay, we'll keep going. Hi Kyla, thanks for coming, appreciate you. Hey, where do you compete? Don't compete yet, but in the next few months, looking forward to rather get back to the amateur boxing in Georgia and, you know, go to nationals. That will be the first step. But with our traveling schedule, like me and my husband travel a lot. You know, we go Kuwait after Vietnam to do very interesting and cool stuff, then back to Georgia. But potentially apply for a visa for US for me for short visit, and might go for some time to US for some business purposes. So a lot of things coming up, and if amateur is not going to work in that schedule, and there's going to be some misunderstanding between me and the federation, maybe pro boxing, just because it's easier when it comes to you start training, you get yourself ready. We have promoter friends who would, if I called them and asked them, okay, can you figure out, maybe find me someone who's like, you know, around my level and start building the record, that could be a possibility. And the good thing is you can try whatever and just essentially, you know, as long as you're ready for a fight and you fly whatever. So yeah, I'm very looking forward to it. But right now I'm in a preparational state. I'm trying to get myself to the good baseline where my endurance, my technique, my attention, focus, everything is on the good point. Love your videos. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just please, well, if you're willing to, just check out my channel and you'll see more what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, okay? Okay, so getting to back to the 1-2, and then I will do 1-2-3, and I'll just, you know, play with this too, like. Okay, 1 second, gotta drink some water. Yeah guys, all the good points. Someone says about hips, as I said, it depends, but I'll get a tray. So now I'm gonna do up and down. So that was more high intensity section. Now I'm gonna go just settle down and do more like a full rotation with the hip. And another good point was up and down, okay? It's actually very helpful, guys, because side view, I don't have my coach right now here. When I go back to Georgia, probably have, but right now I'm just using my coaching experience on myself. That's it. So it's very helpful to point out certain things, and I really appreciate it. Okay. It's built like my sister. Yeah, I'm not very tall, by the way. It's not a self-defense, guys. It's a sport. It's a competitive. It's a boxing. Okay. You can be very good at sport. It doesn't necessarily guarantee your self-defense. The best self-defense is avoid dangerous situation. That is the best self-defense. Second best self-defense is owning a gun or mace or something that's gonna stop an attacker from attacking you, basically. And the third one is running, sprinting the hell out of that place. So, no, it's a sport now, okay? We're looking all of the kind of stuff as the sport, okay? Okay, so yeah, let's work on the combinations that combine, like, yeah, I'll focus more on hip rotation, bam, like, you know, that kind of stuff. I also like to, if I have that opportunity to kind of go full in, I like to step in and actually my knee, so not just doing like this, more like in MMA style, I kind of like to put my knee somewhere here. For me that works, that is like the most stable position. So it's like, pump, 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 okay? Okay, so one combo that I really do like is, yeah, someone said that I in and out thing, that's what I do, because that works for me because of my certain characteristics. Yeah, I cannot just work as a second number or just offend from the far distance. I have to get in, and obviously you gotta get out. You get in, pump, 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 get out. Obviously, unless you finish the fight with a knockout, okay? But that's why I train on like harder combos too. So I'll show you now. This is one of my favorite combos, you know, like just like pump, jab, jab, jab. No, just maybe jab cross, you know, like, and focusing a lot on the head just to make them feel that working on the head, you know, like pump, and then hop in with the jab, go down, right to the stomach, left hook, right hook, left hook, okay? So let me try to do a little bit faster. That was stomach, right? You can do both stomach and then hook, or left, head, head. And on the last one, I kind of leave that punch, but also leave that distance, okay? Okay. Like, I do longer ones, so I'm not just throwing it. I try to make it different, draw that difference between this further distance. That punch might not even land properly. It's just kind of like, you know, more like a checking the distance, and then hop in. If you see what I did, bam, 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 bam. Okay. Always stop the back. That's like a rule. After the round is finished, especially before moving to something else, stop the back. Oh, thank you. Another one. Yeah, Guys, turn on the another fan. Oh. I'm gonna stand under here for a little bit. That's good. Feels very good. Wrist and elbow joints have to be very, very strong. Well, you're getting used to it. It's quite a high risk injure your wrist and elbows and shoulders sometimes because beginners throw like it fully extended. For me, like I have hypermobile joints. If you look at this. It's like I was weirding out kids, like, I would do that in school, and I was like, oh, pull that away. But because of that, if I throw it like this, that's not gonna work. So I always have it like this. And over years of practicing, even just practicing for myself, that became like your brain creates a habit, a muscle memory, a pattern, and then you just follow that pattern. Another reason why you want to do pump, pump, just a movement, like pump with a little impact, pump, pump. And that's why you don't only go hard, especially as a beginner. You really got to grind and grind and grind the correct movement to get to that good point, okay? Okay, getting back to the ring. Okay, now like if you look at this section, so I try to build up the sequence, work on the certain details, sometimes get back to the basics. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You give your brain a lot of tasks to switch from here to there, and it actually can give a lot of benefits. So right now, for example, it's like long distance, and then I was coming in, and here, pump, pump, pump. So it's like a middle or close range distance. It's like a 2-3 punchers, sometimes 4. But those ones, sometimes you don't even do combo. You can just, push like press with your movement. Just create that middle distance, and you just go pump, 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 So let's work on those kind of combos. And in a powerful way, okay? So I'm relaxed, but I gotta snap, okay? That's another thing. You gotta get used to snapping. So someone mentioned in the chat, up and down, yeah? Yeah, you're gonna do that. You're gonna want to do that. So, for example, I work on the head. We both try to, block it, catch each other, and all of a sudden, like, plump. The jabs go, the opponent's jab goes up, and at the same time you weave under, and from here, it creates a perfect angle to get on the right one. So let's work on this one, like, pump, 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 and you can end with a left hook. Left hook is like a universal thing. Just do it all the time, okay? Like, there's nothing wrong with using it every time, if you want to, obviously. So it's like, pump, pump, pump. Like switching, like, pump, pump, pump. And for the part, okay, here I like literally lay in. In reality, I cut the distance very well. So you see, when I get on the right one, already cut the distance, already from the far in the middle, like pump, pump, pump. Working on the same one for a while. it's good to, you gotta get used to those 2, 3, 4 punches. Again, sometimes you switch to work, sometimes you just do boom, boom, you know, just catching and trying to do that in the right timing. It's good work. But I believe that there's explosivity and 2, 3, 4 punches, like da 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 da, da da da. If you have that endurance, if you train it, if you have that muscle memory, you teach your brain, your body how to do it, and then you can hold that pace between snappy explosion, then recovery, like active recovery, because you're gonna have da da da, and then pa pa pa. If you can do that, I think you're gonna be more on the power puncher side, but also with the good defensive technique. Those 2 girls that fought on Mike Tyson's card would knock her out fast. Of course. Well, first of all, they're heavier than me, a bigger weight, so they will. Second of all, yes, they will, because they have more experience in fighting, but they started from somewhere like everyone else. This is basically what I'm doing. I'm showing you the way how I'm planning to step by step, gradually, you know, with the certain methodology, you know, not just going all in and then crashing all the way down. Just doing it gradually, enjoy the process. I really do love boxing. To me, it's like a chess game. So a lot of that stuff just genuinely makes me excited. So yeah, then what? If someone can knock me out, there's so many people that can knock me out. Then what? I wear wristbands on the heavier sparrings and like a very heavy back work, like when you do those intervals and like crashing that back, because it's just a risk of the injury. Otherwise, never ever broke my wrist, never ever had an issue with that. Obviously never say never, but I just feel my body very well. And you will be surprised to see how many people actually don't wear, how many fighters and boxers don't really wear them on training. Amanda Serrano is tough, like she's hard. Katie Taylor is great too, and like when it comes to the technique, very good defense from Katie Taylor, and she can be incredibly like technical offensive as well. I guess with fighters, with the boxers like Serrano, when they're more offensive than you just don't want to risk it. You don't want to get in their trap that's gonna just lock. And that happened on the second fight, which I think Amanda won. And Katie barely survived that fight, I think. But on the last one, she did a great job. I bet her team studied Amanda's style even better, and yeah, she was able to execute the plan very well. She may not be the best fighter, but she can definitely stand her ground against most men nowadays. Appreciate it. As I said, I'm not looking to fight anyone. I'm not looking to measure egos, anything like that. I have both in my community, in my environment, both great men, great women, actually helping each other and trying their best to help each other to grow, you know? Like that bullshit competition, oh, who's best, oh, she can knock out so many men, oh, like some other female boxer is gonna beat her. Like, the competition happens only on the ring, okay? Outside of that, let's be good with each other, let's help each other, you know? That's my attitude, so. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep going, okay? Less yapping, more work. Okay. Yeah, I really wish, that's one thing I really want sparring partners for, because some work, you do defensive work and you try to sleep their punches, you know? cut the distance, and you really feel that impact on your grasp, sometimes on your face, on your shoulder. That's what, I mean, I'm trying to replicate the move, you know, just move like this, like pom pom, you know. Use my hands, but at the same time, I feel like I need someone to work with, you know, like on the technical sparrings and stuff. But even on the back, still try to move, you know, it's better to use your hands that way than, you know, some boxers do that. Some boxers have very good distance measuring skill, but I'm not one of those, I'll be honest. I rather, because I know how to hold pads, and I hold pads for very heavy guys. Like my husband is 93 kilos, 188 centimeters. I hold pads for him, and that's why, like for me, it kind of became this normal thing, like catch it, block it, and then respond. So there are many ways, like you don't have to go just because some other boxer does this and you like it. If you're not really efficient in it, if even your body type doesn't really let you do that, just do something that can be useful for you, okay? So one, come. Side step. Those like machine gun explosions. That wraps up your pulse, tenses up your body. You gotta, so it also makes you feel nauseous, but you gotta do it. I really do believe the boxers I really like, that their styles, their endurance, their presence on the ring, all of them can go that explosive. So Tyson was always, imagine being a Tyson sparring partner. But since he's doing well, like he's in 60s, he's doing quite fine. I really think that it wasn't all heavy sparrings. You gotta do a lot of technical sparrings. Because there are certain ways how your brain learns. So your brain creates a neural pathways. It's like a neurochemistry. And if you do something repetitively, you make it as a habit, it becomes like a repetitive and consistent. There is a chemical process that happens in your brain. So it creates that certain pathway that becomes you adapt to it, becomes familiar to you. And that happens most efficiently through the slower pace and like a medial pace. So that's why we do this. That's why we do like just the movement, you know, try to clean up the movement, try to become effective at it. She's 6 feet. No way. I'm 5'2". That's what I meant. Okay, guys. So drink a little bit more water and keep going with the back. So now I'm gonna have the work, which is catching on one punch, maybe a couple. I would do just jab cross. Jab cross is like a basic. You gotta be able to throw like this proper good jab crosses. But apart from that, it's gonna be just catching on the single punchers. Guys, I'm not really good at kicks, okay? So it's like I can do a little bit like a decker at it, just like show off. But no, I mean my legs are not adapted to getting hit in my legs and all that kind of stuff. Not my thing. Can show you the movement, but pretty much useless. And I'm not even looking to do mixed martial arts or kickboxing or anything like that. How hard can you really punch? Well, let's see, for a woman, I increased my strength through grease the groove training. I started training my upper body, but in a less repetitions, long amount of rests. You can look it up. Grease the groove, Pavel Tatsulin. And you will see that that program really targets your strength. So from 0 pull-ups, I went to 5-6 strict pull-ups. I can do even more on the rings because it allows me to do the rotation. And with the keeping, I can do 10, which is, if you look it up, it's quite big, quite a lot for a woman. And I can do like a rope climbing, like just with my hands up until a certain point that I couldn't do before. So those things, that kind of like just the strength as a skill, then you take it and you transfer it into power through velocity, meaning using your technique, creating the momentum, boom, snap. And so I think for my weight class, where I would go all the way down to the fly weight, or maybe even less, maybe minimal weight. So fly weight is around 51 kg, I think, in boxing. And for me, I think I would be quite a heavy puncher for the 52 kg in women. Tennis through, elbow, knee. Knee on the back, you kind of do such a, like things like that. Like, you know, just up and push it. With elbows, throwing elbows is quite satisfying, you know, like bam, spinning elbow. It is satisfying, I'm not gonna deny it, but that's not what I do. As I said, I can show you the movement, but I'm not very efficient in it. Okay, as I said, now we're gonna work just like, okay? So now I'm trying to pick the spot from jab. Obviously, you always start, you can still start jab, because no matter, even if it's predictable, doesn't matter. It's like the safest way to start, okay? And what is the real purpose? You try to see the distance, okay? You try to push them, see how good is their defense, you know? Sometimes you go in and they're like immediately catching you on the way back. So then you realize that, oh, it's gonna be hard to get there. And you're gonna start thinking more what to do. But then let's say getting there successfully, you know, like boom. You know, sometimes you gotta do those bigger movements like just to make it uncomfortable. Boom. You know, that kind of stuff. Then boom, you know. So working with the jab a lot, but then at some point, you know, when they're ready for your jabs, they're probably gonna anticipate your right hand, but you never know why. So sometimes you do bam, 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 you know, like immediately. So on the way, getting it back, you just do like 1. Obviously you can do 1, 2. It's a very efficient way to do it. But now we are trying to work like a poking punches, okay? So again, it's like 1, 2. Guys, I gotta put my hair up. Whew. I think my band broke trying to. Whew. Gonna try to find something. Guys, by any chance, do you have a hair thing? Ah, that's good, thank you. Okay, fortunately, found the one. Just gonna put my hair up like this. do you spar a lot? Not for now. I haven't sparred in, I think, 2 years, but out of from like 10 years experience, I sparred even after retiring, like 2 years active in amateur boxing. A little bit experience, like number 1 nationals, got 1 international competition experience in Makhachkala, actually, in Dagestan. I saw it. I've been in Dagestan, actually. And then I had way more open ring fights than official IBA records. Then I retired early, but I never stopped training. Like I did sparring. I was a sparring partner for others who were training, and as I said, last time I did it 2 years ago. And well, I'm fully aware. I'm not very used to it for now, but there is a way how to get back to it. Ever thought about getting on roids? No, not really. Trying to look more into supplements, legal supplements that are performance enhancing. For example, there's certain, I think it's a cordyceps mushrooms. I'm not sure, like maybe it's banned in somewhere, but it's not a steroid, it's a mushroom. And there is a supplement made out of it. It helps to, it contributes into your lung capacity to absorb oxygen. Obviously, you gotta do endurance training, a VO2 max type of training, but it kind of helps it, you know? Creatine, absolutely. Like creatine works to me like it really enhances my abilities. And creatine is, again, it's not hormone. It's naturally created in our body in a small amount, and you also can take it from meat and liver and like some products from outside sources, and obviously get it as a supplement. Creatine monohydrate is one of the most studied supplements, and apart from the muscle growth and muscle development, one of the more recent studies showed that it also helps cognitive abilities, and it is a good supplement. And things like you gotta put your like supplementation on the point, because when your body is not really lacking anymore anything, you have a good clean diet, but they also try to supplement with deficient stuff like magnesium, potassium, electrolytes. You gotta stay hydrated, and just drinking water is not enough. Omega-3 and healthy fat, fiber, definitely gonna need that. Micronutrients like vitamins and minerals compound as a multivitamin or something. So in the combination with good sleep, right training program, good recovery, good rest, and as I said, the diet, and obvious training and diet, you really enhance a lot of stuff by yourself, Obviously steroids give you like a big difference, but it's also it's cheating, let's be honest. And for women, like a lot of women do it. For women, it's like, because there are some things, if you go too far, it might not be even reversible. Like changes in the facial structure, changes in the voice. There's such a thing that can mess it up. Like females, hormonal background is easier to mess up than males. And it's like up to genetics too. There's some genetics that are born to be, they're born to take steroids because they have such a good genetical responsiveness to it. And for some people, it's not really that good. It gives a lot of unnecessary and unpleasant side effects and stuff. I don't know how I got to this channel, but I'm probably. Thank you very much for sticking around. Appreciate it. Dang, I mean, could help if you're starting. On the other hand, I'll check that out. What about nicotine? I don't smoke, and I don't take any nicotine. Yeah, nicotine as the substance is addictive, and also if you are smoking, which is like the most common consumption of nicotine, it also everything else in the tobacco doesn't really help your lungs at all, and not only for athletes, that's not very best idea for regular people as well. I never smoked actually, and I never even tried a cigarette. Okay. So now doing more bouncy, okay? So bump, hop in, hop up, go. From the farther distance as well. Sometimes you get in, like, you know, you both are tired, for example, or your opponent is tired, they're kind of not really reacting that much. You can risk to get it in a closer distance, and you know, like this, and then you just go in the middle distance straight away, like this, like, for example, like, bum, bum, yeah, slip. But yeah, whew. It feels great, guys. I don't know what you're doing, what you're up to, but it feels great. And it's been almost an hour now, so to me, it is quite a good training. My endurance is getting better. Even today in the morning, I did VO2 max training, so I did 3-minute intervals on the like 90-95% out of the maximum pulse, meaning like literally almost crying on the set and dreaming about it as it stops, and then recovering 3-4 minutes in a slow walk on the treadmill, and then keep going. But it's worth it because it really starts affecting, it's really starting to affect my endurance, because a few months ago I was like, I would do a little pad where I was like, okay, I can do this, especially also it's hot here. Now it's gradually getting better, certain pace I know that I can hold. Obviously there's still way to go. It's not enough for competitive level. You want to be at the peak of your endurance when you go competitive, but that's what I'm trying to do. Oh, Chris is here, my husband. Thank you very much for all the sweet and kind comments, guys. Red Hat Diaries is life changing. Kyla, thank you very much. You're very sweet always. Real tight. Where are you getting it? Okay. Guys, fuck right. Well, there are a lot of certainly caffeine has some positive effects too, but it also messes with your adenosine receptors, and it can cause some stuff, you know. You don't really, for some people it doesn't work. So sometimes the other factors negative factors can outweigh positives. Well, Chris agrees with you that nicotine depends how you distribute it. It has its positives, but you also got to have a source for it. Ideally, try not to smoke. Obviously, you don't want to smoke it and get nicotine that way. So, as I said, there's some negative to it. Even the like that you have to moderate and like have a headache about how to consume it, and always seek it in the right form, all that kind of stuff. So, as I said, some of the stuff has positives, but also has some cons that's just outweigh it. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I'm keep scrolling up. So freaking real, you're the best. Thank you, Kyla. I appreciate you. You're very real too. Kyla is one of the people who's been watching me now for a while, and like she feels almost like a friend, you know. That's why we'll love Texas. All the Texans we met are awesome. So when we come to US at some point in our lives, definitely coming to Texas for the barbecue. Yeah, there are different boxing shapes. So this one is good, comfortable for the, you see, uppercuts, because otherwise you gotta have to go lower, like a straight punch. But those are comfortable to do like a uppercuts. Yeah, when it comes to that kind of stuff, let's talk about it some other time. Yeah. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much all my training. I did, as I said, I did almost a little bit less than an hour, and the stream is already an hour. So thank you very much. I appreciate you all. And I don't know, I'll try to look at it, but maybe, just maybe, gonna try to live stream a little bit later for a third time, because today I did just 1 hour, and it's like, you know, sometimes those days are, like sometimes I stream my training, and when I finish it, you know, I gotta kind of wrap it up. But thank you for being here, guys. I really do appreciate it. Oh, that sounds cool. So almost 5 a.m. to the sun, heavy thunderstorms before. Oh, okay, and the stream's a really great start to the day. I mean, Texans are tough, we know that. You're absolutely awesome. Brian, thank you very much. Brian is another person who is consistently watching, and thank you very much. Both you, Kyla and Brian, shout out to you guys. Well, my husband is older, he's definitely not 76. What is it called? Gerontophile or gerontophile? I'm not sure. Awesome job. Once again, Diana, thank you very much, Kyla. Appreciate it. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Hopefully it was helpful. You can always rewatch my streams and try to, some of those live streams are like lessons and some pointers, so you can always rewatch it and try to practice by yourself. Guys, stay healthy. Keep the good work up, train, create a routine, and try to be the best version of yourself just a little bit, day by day, and everything's gonna be good. Okay, so thank you very much, guys, and I'm gonna let you to say bye to each other too, because it's like Brian just said, Chris says hi, and you say back hi to Chris. So imagine, I don't want to be mean and wrap it up like this second now, so. But yeah, gotta finish it and yeah, do some stuff, schedule some other streams for the following days, and yeah, just keep the good work up. How long have I been training? A lot, like for a long time. Around Martial arts, I started from karate, that was 14, 15. So I was almost like, yeah, it's 10 years. And then I switched to boxing very soon. So it's like a 10, 11 years, and then 10 years for boxing, or 10, 9 years. Yeah, it's quite a long time, so I don't even remember exactly myself. And then, yeah, the rest is always being active, always practicing, always training. And boxing was on and off, but pretty much consistent. I started doing sprinting as well. Sprinting helped my boxing. 10 months of sprint trainings since I started the channel helped a lot to my boxing training. And what else? Well, I did weight training, definitely did the grease to group for strength. Now doing VO2 max training. I tried CrossFit before, tried some classic fitness and like almost like a bodybuilding type of training. And yeah, it's been a journey, guys. Have a great day. Can't wait for karaoke night. Karaoke night is gonna be, let me tell you, it's gonna be on Wednesday. So day after tomorrow, I'll see you for karaoke. Also letting you know that might be my last karaoke night on Wednesday, because we're going to travel a little bit more in the cities, and then we have a limited time amount of time in Vietnam general, and then we're gonna go to Kuwait. So it's like it's gonna be a new chapter, new adventures. But because you like singing part, let me know actually. I'm gonna do a call for a next live stream, like a talking live stream. I'm gonna actually ask you questions, what you would want to see. I might just do like not karaoke night, but like a separate live streams where I'm gonna sing different songs. Okay, so it's gonna be like a home karaoke, maybe without the microphone, but like, you know, trying to just practice singing and maybe even do some requests and stuff like that. And good for me, because I'm trying to learn more and more songs. Practice singing is like one of my favorite things to do, so I'm trying to get good at it. And yeah, that's one of the things that might substitute karaoke nights. How do you strengthen your punches to be harder? Okay, before I leave, I gotta show you that. So, you know, even on the shadow boxing, you know, this is just a movement, for example, right? You can feel that it's relaxed, it's just a movement. You gotta start to put the impact, okay? So I kind of send that impulse and boom, like imagine that I really throw the punch in the air and like gives you a goosebump. So even here, like pa pa pa, you know, those explosions, pa pa pa, those explosions, you gotta do that in the shadow boxing as well. Same in the boxing bag, you know, don't rush, just take your position and then do like pa pa, you know. Try to do, if you want to be a power puncher, you shouldn't do that in the like, try to aim to put your weight in. No, you need to become faster and more snappier. The better you're gonna be able to create the power through velocity, the better your power gonna be. So what you do is like bum bum, then you do bum bum, and then you do pa pa, you know, like ta ta, you know, from my hips, if you can see ta ta. So this is how you get used to it, okay? And do gradually, don't rush. Well, there is another pointers as well. Punching sand or sand bucket can strengthen your fist. It also allows recovery, and for anyone who starts to do it slow, then harder strikes as you get conditioned. Also do forearm workouts. Absolutely. Neat, Ram, shout out to you. That's a very good points. So yeah, definitely consider that too. You spoil us, Diane. I'll do my best to spoil you. Chris, you're fantastic. Thank you for all you do. Truly appreciate you as well. Yeah, Chris is. Let's give a props for Chris too, because he's doing a lot of background work, guys. He really does a great job. If not him, I wouldn't be even here. I wouldn't even start YouTube probably. I would not start live streaming. So Chris is truly a gem, and he's my husband, so I love him. Explosive push-ups, great for power. I actually prefer the landmine pushes. So you would do, like you have the bar, one of the end you get higher. Those are the best ones, actually. Push-ups, yes, but even push-ups, like when they do like short explosive ones, no point. Like really, I think that's a waste of time. Yes, that's an old Soviet style, but science is evolving, and there are certain things that kind of getting good, like changing a little bit, right? So even if you do push-ups, you do like boom, explosive, come up, go a little bit slower, and come up. If you see a lot of fighters, a lot of good boxers start training, pump, and slower, pump, slower. When it comes to the strengths as a separate day, then obviously they do like a conditioning, they do like speed, power in the boxing training, like boxing specified trainings. But if you really want to develop their strengths, yeah, look into the strength training protocols, guys. One of them is grease the groove. I use that one. There are other slightly different ones, but principle remains the same. You gotta stick to less than 5 repetitions and extended periods of the rest between the sets. In the grease the groove, that actually starts from half an hour rest. So that program is not even for gym. It is for a daily execution. Okay, goodbye everyone. Goodbye everyone, guys. Thank you very much for being here one more time, and I see you in the next live stream. Bye Brian, bye Kyla, bye everyone.